Michael McKeon. He's running for Butte District Court Judge.
McKeon. Yep.
I messed it up already.
That's okay. It's quite frankly, the anaconda part of the family is McKeon. And then out east, my great uncle's side of the family, they go by McKeon. So the W was lost at Ellis Island back in the early 1900s. Right. So there's debate as to what's the proper pronunciation. My father would say it's McKeon.
Oh, right.
As in Ireland.
Right.
Career-wise, I returned to Butte about 2 weeks after taking the bar exam in 2008, the end of July, and joined my dad, my father, Mick McKeon, and Rick Anderson's firm, McKeon and Anderson. I was thrown right into the fire. I wasn't admitted yet to the bar, but we were able to practice under practice rules until the bar exam results came. And we tried a week-long case in front of Judge Newman, and got a great verdict for a family here in Butte for a wrongful death case. And so that was my initiation into actually practicing. And we continued practicing personal injury plaintiff's work. That's been the bulk of my career. It's been a broad career so far. Civil work has many different aspects. I've been lucky enough to have tried or worked cases and handled cases in products liability, medical malpractice, workers' compensation. And in fact, we recently, in April, it was a 10-year case we've been working on, my co-counsel. It was a malicious prosecution claim against an attorney out of Whitefish who had filed fraud charges against our client on behalf of a bank up in the Whitefish area, and totally ruined this lady. We took it to trial after 10 years, 3 trips to the Supreme Court, and got her a heck of a verdict in that attorney's hometown. And so that's one of the top portions of my career so far, was being able to right that wrong and make sure that Montana people knew they can rely on the court system to right the wrongs, and police, even attorneys that are doing bad.
What motivated you to run for Judge Kruger's seat there?
A lot of things. I spoke to friends. I received a lot of outside support and confirmation that my running for judge was something good for Butte, and that I would be able to give back and use my skills to keep the court system and the rule of law in Montana running and efficiently running the way it has been. I think Judge Kruger's been a fantastic judge. We've been very lucky to have him. We're very lucky to have Judge Wayland as well. I would like to continue that tradition of great Butte judges. I think we have a great history of judges that have been for the people, but upholding the Montana Constitution. And that's something that's very dear to me, the Montana Constitution. And I hold it in very high regard and always have. It's been a part of my life for the majority of it. My father was a constitutional delegate to the 72 convention. And if you knew my dad, you knew 3 things about him. He was a trial lawyer, he was a constitutional delegate, and he loved his family. And a lot of times, growing up, those 3 things blended together for us. So I've been a reader and avid follower of Montana constitutional law and the Montana Constitution for most of my life, and I've been lucky enough to have known a lot of the delegates to the Montana Constitution Convention in '72, and also been mentored by a lot of great attorneys that feel the same way about our state and about Montana.
So this isn't just a job for you. You love this stuff.
I do. It isn't a job. It's a life. I put a lot a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of hard work into my practice and my clients. It means a lot to me that people are getting treated fairly, and the ultimate arbiter of the determination of fairness is a district court judge. That's the beginning stage of the process, but those are the gates for anyone, any citizen of Montana. That's their gate to justice, and it's something that I hold very dear.
Well, you segued right into my next question there. What comes before a district court judge?
You'll see in the civil realm, any matter that is above a certain amount that would be considered a small claims court. I believe that amount at this point is $7,500 and above. And then, any complaints against, claims against insurance companies or other parties that have done wrong. Criminal matters, if the charges get accelerated and moved up to that area of the court, they would be handled in front of the district court. So there are a lot of moving parts to the district court and a lot of facets that areas of law that come before the court, and I think it's always going to be ever changing. The law is always changing, but it's our job to interpret that law and stay up to date on it. If I was lucky enough to be elected.
So criminal and civil cases, that keeps you on your toes.
Certainly, most certainly does. It would be, I know that Butte, statistically, Judge Kruger and Judge Whalen do a very good job of keeping their workload and maintaining their workload and keeping justice moving. That's not the same for around the state. There's always cries for help and additional resources that are much needed around the state, and additional judges, because there are some judges out there that are doing the work of 5 judges. Butte's lucky enough that we have 2 judges who have worked very hard and have kept their workload moving. And justice delayed is justice denied, and it certainly hasn't been delayed much here. That is something Montana has, including across the nation. But the right to the speedy trial is a very important right that is embodied in all of us and imbued to everyone. And keeping an efficient docket and staying up to date on your caseload ensures that those people will get that right to a speedy trial.
Do you have any final thoughts, things you'd like to?
I think, like I've said, I have great respect for Judge Kruger and all that he's done. I would point out, and I think I wouldn't be alone in this, that one of his crowning achievements is the creation of the Drug Treatment Court. That is something that I feel very strongly about, and I think has done already. I believe he's had it in motion, working for roughly 20 years, and it's shown great results. I attended the Drug Christmas Court party last Thursday, and that's where the graduates get to bring their kids up and see Santa in the courtroom. And not only do the parents get to see, but the kids get to see the fruit of their parents' hard work in the treatment court and getting themselves and writing themselves and taking advantage of the opportunity that court presents. I know from speaking to people or in the court system and around the state that keeping funding for drug treatment court is probably one of the toughest aspects of that. But there are grants and other types of funding that I would be very dedicated and hardworking and relentless in pursuing, so we could keep that treatment court going. I do. I love the law. I love Montana. I love Butte.
You've stayed here, so.
I never could imagine being anywhere else. Even in Montana, there's nowhere I'd rather be. Butte is my home. Butte's where my friends are. Butte's where my family is. And these are the people I love and care about.